Without further ado, this next comedian, you probably met him at the door tonight. He is one of our favorites here. There's not another person like him. Y'all, please make some noise for Mr. David Culotta, everybody. Give it up for him. Make some noise.
All right, Cam, cut it. That's enough. Thank you, guys. Hello. My name is David Culotta. I'd love to get everybody shout out your name. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Great. Not going to remember any of those, but glad we got to know each other there. That's great. Before we really get started, I want to come clean. I recently been diagnosed with fall-over mid-sentence-itis. So don't be alarmed if at any point I just sort of, just want to keep you guys posted. I went to the zoo the other day and shot a monkey. Got arrested on a charge of attempted murder. Took a second, but we got there. I started a riot amongst his friends. Guerrilla warfare. Start off a doomsday device. Apocalypse. Thank you. Yes, that will be the caliber of comedy that will be writing about for tonight. Yes, I know it's pretty stupid, but Sorry, it is contagious. Probably be careful. You may get fall over. You weren't here for this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Just stay on your toes. It's fine. You're good. We'll be fine. It doesn't matter. I know that was pretty stupid. Not that stupid though. I recently graduated with a degree in philosophy. So, I like to ask the big questions like, where is rent money gonna come from? I also like to ask questions about the universe, metaphysics, dimensionality, right? That sort of thing. Questions about string theory. For example, string theory posits that the universe is comprised of a series of one-dimensional johns called strings, right? Which, when infinitely and properly arrayed, comprise a two-dimensional plane, which, when infinitely and properly arrayed, comprise a three-dimensional plane, which we know is our reality. I don't know why I'm explaining this. This is kindergarten. You guys get this. I don't know why, sorry to bore you with it. But regardless, let's say, for example, if I were to take one of these one-dimensional strings and drag it across my nutsack. The individuals on this one-dimensional plane, they'd only ever experience one sliver of nutsack at a time. Similarly, if a five-dimensional being were to take our three-dimensional universe and drag it across his 5D amorphous blob of a nutsack, what would that mean for our reality, you ask? It would mean lock your doors and stay inside because there's a nutsack monster running around, I guess. I don't know. The moral of that story always muddled me. But while we're here, how do you guys feel about impressions? Woo! Yay, nay, I'll take it. First up, really got to sink into this play. We got this is an impression of a string. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Next up, we got this is an impression of a string tied in a knot. Thank you. Yeah, I know. We just did string theory. Now we're doing this. I know it's old. We'll do no more string-related comedy, guys. I promise. Woo! All right. This guy does not mess with the strings, not at all. Don't even. You find out about blankets. That's a whole different thing. All right. This is an impression of a noodle. Thank you. This is an impression of a noodle in boiling hot water. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, Thank you. This is an impression of a string tied to a helium balloon, and the balloon just popped. That was not because of my affliction. That was part of the impression, but I feel like we're saying, you guys get it. You get it. And finally, this is an impression of a noodle tied to a helium balloon, and the balloon just popped. But also in this version, the noodle can scream. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. That's where a philosophy degree can get you. You know. But a philosophy degree can also get you a lot of other places, like Take 5 Oil. I used to work. Yeah. I used to work at Take 5 Oil. I applied to work at NASA and they rejected me, so I figured it was the next best thing, you know? And it was all right. I wasn't very good at my job, so I was usually on sign duty, right? They kept telling me, change the oil, change it fast. And I kept saying, change comes from within, and it takes time. But, sign duty, it was all right. You'd be out there and you'd get bored, so eventually you'd try and spin the sign on your finger, and then the wind would catch it, and then the sign would go on the windshield of a moving car, then that car hits the car in front of it. Now they're both freaking out. They pull into the parking lot. Turns out the lady in the first car is pregnant. Now she's going to the labor. They're all screaming out, doctor, doctor, I need a doctor. I step in. You don't need a doctor. You need an oil change. Bam! Always make that sale. Always make that sale. And after making such a sale, you try and you treat yourself, I went to the rallies recently on Carrollton. If you've, it's a treat. It's a treat. I don't know if you've been recently, but they have a robot now that takes your order. It's great, living in the future, but personally, I feel like before they hire C-3PO to tell you that they need to fix the ice cream machine, they should just fix the ice cream machine. Like, what are we waiting on this? But, I tell the robot this, and he promptly tells me that the ice cream machine is broken. There's no ice cream today. And out of instinct, I go, I'm gonna kill myself. Because it's a robot. I'm not thinking it's a person gonna hear me, right? And the robot goes, your total is $4.87. So I pull forward, right? And I get to the window. And this guy is there. And he starts, he's treating me, he's a little uneasy, He's like, oh, hey man, welcome. I put some extra fries in there. I gave you an extra tender or two. I'm realizing this guy thinks I'm gonna kill myself because I'm not gonna get a milkshake, right? So he's being real nice. And at this point, I feel like I gotta lean into it a little bit, right? So I go to pay, and my card gets declined. So at that point, it's just like, all right, well, that's it. I'm doing it tonight. And he just, no man, just take it. You can have it for free. You can just take it. Moral of the story, you don't have to threaten to kill yourself every time, but if you want a milkshake and they're out, you can at least get your food for free. From rallies, it's worked at least once. So, that's all right. So, I feel like it's a pretty Gen Z perspective there. Some of the older folks are like, I would never threaten to kill myself at the drive-thru. Couldn't be me. No, Gen Z, you slip, you get a paper cut, you stub your toe. Look, that's it, I'm doing it. Whatever. Gen Z actually is definitively the generation that cares the most about mental health. And it's 1,000% because we're all so fucking depressed all the time. Those damn phones really did us in, with everybody being depressed, I am. But I'm whimsical, You've seen it. I'm doing a lot of this. I jump up on the therapy couch and burst into song about fucking strings and nutsacks, I guess. I don't know. It's convoluted. I don't know. We're working through it. But it's been the whole depression thing. I hear, oh yeah, you were asking why. Good. Well, I'll tell you. I had a death in the family recently. My pet lizard killed himself when I was 12, so still recovering from that. Yeah. No, he went on a hunger strike for marriage equality. So yeah, gay people, you're welcome, but I'm out one progressive ass lizard. So there's a give and take there. But I found out about it. I was in the car with my dad, and he pulled me aside. He says, Dave, do you think you would cry if Cham died? The lizard's name was Cham. He said, Dave, do you think you would cry if Cham died? And I thought about it for a second, and I said, probably. And he said, well, he's dead. So I guess it's good I thought about it for a second, right? You know, in my family, we like to think critically before we mourn. But I'll leave you guys with this. I went to a fancy restaurant recently and asked for the hot dog surprise. The waiter looked at me like I was crazy. He said, we don't have the hot dog surprise. We've never had the hot dog surprise. What are you talking about? And I said, no, I know you have the hot dog surprise. Why don't you go get your manager and we'll figure this out, right? So he goes to get the manager. He comes back. I pull a hot dog out of my pocket. I start eating it. He's like, what's going on? I say, blam! Hot dog surprise. Thank you, everybody. My name has been, and will continue to be David. Again, it's contagious. Stay safe. Stay safe. Thank you, guys.